and you can quote this on me. There is no way the Orioles or Red Sox make the playoffs this season. There's no way. There's no way.
I set the bar really low at the NBA predictions.
I don't think all Mavs fans look into the stats like I do.
It's not the Great Value Target brand toilet paper or whatever. It's the Charmin Ultra Strong.
I don't know if Nick Nurse is the coach for the Raptors. I don't know if he's the reason why they won the 2019 championship. I feel like that was more of a team effort.
The Mavs cannot say we do not miss Seth Curry shooting threes.
This questions the firing of Dwayne Casey, who I think is a very underrated coach.
To me, the Capitals really pushed all their chips for this season.
Hello, I'm Mike Grimes, and you've been listening to Outsiders Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our MLB Opinions of the Week. We are recording for the first time ever in our channel's history, Austin. The Houston Astros are not a part of the postseason.
That's true. We'll have to see how some of these other two teams do, and definitely was not a. It's actually kind of crazy that Mike Trout was the reason why the Astros missed the playoffs, because he hit 2 home runs in that game. If they win that game, they knock out the Tigers.
Okay, because I thought like the Rangers knocked them out.
No, because they had the same record as the Tigers. They both had the same record.
Okay.
So it was the one loss that they had against the Angels that was because Trout hit 2 homers that kept the Tigers in the playoffs.
Okay. All right. So the Tigers are in the playoffs. Your Yankees are in the playoffs. I'll let you decide where you want to go. AL, NL. Those are really the only 2 options you can do.
You don't want to start in the World Series?
No. We could,
Okay.
but it'd be the AL side. Or it has to be the NL side.
Sounds good. We'll do NL.
Okay.
I'll do Cubs Padres to start. I'll do both wild card rounds wild card series, and then you can do both wild card series, and then we'll discuss them. First, Cubs Padres. This is going to be a series played out completely in Chicago. Just for y'all that don't actually know this, the entire wild card round is 3 games max. It's either 2 or 3 games, and it's only played at the home stadium of the higher seed. So these will only be played in New York with the Yankees, Cleveland, LA, and Chicago. So this will be a home series for Chicago, but I have Chicago losing this series. They've had a bad end of season while the Padres have still been fighting for a division spot. And I really like the Padres pitching between Pivetta, who's going to start their first game, and the rest of their starting pitching. I like it. Tatis, Machado, they are just very good in the postseason. Last year, they gave the Dodgers the best fight that any team did in the playoffs. And I think the Padres win this series in 3. And then I'll go into the Reds, Dodgers. I'm happy the Reds made it, but I don't think they stand much of a chance against a Dodgers team that has a lot of experience and, again, is almost a super team. I mean, by how many MVPs they have on their roster. So I have the Dodgers winning in 2 and the Padres winning in 3. So both NL West teams advance.
All right. You and I are in agreement. I have the Padres winning in 2. I know you have 3. I have it being a sweep of the Cubs because this Padres get going in October, and then I have the Dodgers winning in 2 against the Reds. For similar reasons that you have, I can go into my NLDS where you have the Phillies coming off a bye facing the Dodgers. I have the Phillies winning with going all the way to Game 5. In 5, beating the Dodgers, and then the Padres facing the Brewers. I have another upset in 5 games. The Padres win and advance to the NLCS.
Okay. We differ on both of these, actually. So I have the Dodgers winning in 4 against the Phillies, and I have the Brewers winning in 5. I think the Brewers learned from their mistakes last year. They should have beat the Mets, and the Mets ended up having a pretty long postseason last year. And I think that the rest that they've been able to get their players, because they've been the number 1 seed for so long, will benefit them. And I told you this, I don't believe in the whole it's a bad thing to get a bye, right? So I said before that I think at least 50% of the 1 seed or the team to get a bye will win. And so the Brewers are keeping that alive. So my I'll go into my NLCS, and it's Dodgers Brewers. Kevin, do you remember the last time the Brewers and Dodgers played in the NLCS? Do you remember what year that was?
2020? Or no?
2020 was Braves Dodgers.
Oh, it's gotta be Yelich. 27? No. Yeah, 2017.
No, 2018. The year that they lost to the Red Sox. That series between the Brewers and Dodgers went 7. And the Dodgers ended up losing in the World Series against the Red Sox that year. I have the Brewers avenging their defeat and winning in 6 games against the Dodgers. I have the NLCS MVP being Christian Yelich.
Okay. All right. So you and I both have the Dodgers getting upset, not repeating as champions. I have the Phillies going back to the World Series after a 7-game series with the Padres. And I have Kyle Schwarber being the ALCS MVP or NLCS MVP.
I'm about to say that's pretty tough for him to win the ALCS
Yeah.
MVP.
Has he ever played in the AL?
Multiple times. He played for the Red Sox, if you remember.
Red Sox, yep, you're right.
Maybe it's not multiple times, but I know I obviously played for the Red Sox because he was there when they went to the ALCS and lost to the Astros on that long playoff run in like 2021, I believe.
Because I remember him with Cubs. I want to say he was with the Reds at one point.
No, it was the Nationals.
Nationals. Okay. But yeah.
Does he only play for red teams or teams that have red? I guess the Cubs on a red team, but they have red.
Yeah.
On their,
might be. Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we can move on to the AL wild card. I'll let you go first.
So the AL wild card. So the debate was the Tigers getting into the playoffs. I have them. Luckily, they made it to the playoffs. I have them upsetting the Guardians in a 3-game series. I'm going all the way. And then I have the Red Sox, sadly for you, beating the New York Yankees.
Kevin, I feel like whenever we do these videos, we always just disagree a lot. The Guardians have been one of the best teams in baseball over the last couple months. I find it very hard to believe that they lose in their home stadium. They beat the Tigers in the last 2 series they played against them. They're 5-1 against the Tigers recently. I do have the Tigers losing in 3 games. I had them winning game 1 against with Scooble on the bump. But then I don't think their starting pitching is so bad. Once you get past Scooble, it is horrible. I just don't see how they win either of the next 2 games. So I have the Guardians advancing. And then I have the Yankees advancing in 3 as well. I think both AL wildcard, I mean, these are serious rivalries. Guardians Tigers played last year in the playoffs, and there's a lot of bad blood between those teams. They obviously tied with record, and the Guardians were definitely the better team towards the end of the year, but the Tigers started hot. And then Yankees Red Sox is one of the most storied rivalries in all sports, let alone baseball. I do find it very funny that no matter Yankees or Red Sox win, they have to go through a AL East gauntlet to actually get to the ALCS. So I'll go first on this side. So I have Yankees, Blue Jays, and I have Mariners, Guardians. I have this also being a very tightly contested series, but I have the Yankees winning in 5 in Toronto. And then Mariners, Guardians, I have the Guardians winning in 3. I have them sweeping the Mariners. I think the Mariners, I have some problems with how the Mariners' offense has looked recently. And I think that the push for Cal Raleigh to try to get MVP is impact. I mean, that last series, he played very, very poor. I don't even know if he got a hit. I know the last game he didn't. So I have Yankees, Guardians, a repeat of last year as the ALCS.
Ooh, okay. So I have Red Sox versus Blue Jays, and I have the Red Sox winning in 5 over the Blue Jays. I don't really trust the Blue Jays. Next, we go to the Tigers Mariners. October is really a big month of pitching and getting the hits when you need them. I don't know. Of course, you have Cal Raleigh, but they also have Josh Naylor. It's not going to be a stellar offense, but what keeps the Mariners in it is their pitching. So I have them beating the Tigers in 4.
Okay. Then Blue Jays, Red Sox?
Yes, I have the Red Sox winning in 5 over the Blue Jays. So I have an ALCS matchup of the Mariners versus the Red Sox.
Okay. I'll let you go first.
I have the Red Sox advancing in 7 games. So they win 7 against the Mariners to advance to the World Series.
Okay. So I have Yankees Guardians. This is a series that played out last year in the ALCS. However, this time the Guardians have home field advantage, which is weird because the Yankees have the tied for the best record in the AL. Now they lost to tiebreaker versus the Blue Jays, so they're second best. But even though the Yankees have the better record, because they didn't win their division, they don't have home field advantage. So I actually have the Guardians winning in 7 games, and it being Cleveland versus Milwaukee in the World Series.
Wow. Okay, I can get behind Cleveland versus Milwaukee. Small market teams, but great at developing, especially pitching.
Yep.
So,
sorry.
who's
I forgot
your
to say my
AL?
ALCS MVP.
I also
It's
forgot
Jose
mine.
Ramirez.
Okay, mine is Garrett Crochet for the
Okay.
Boston Red Sox. So now my World Series matchup is the Phillies versus Red Sox, and I have the Phillies winning in 6 over the Red Sox, and the World Series MVP being Bryce Harper.
Okay. I have the Cleveland Guardians winning the World Series in 5.
Would the Guardians and Brewers, that would be first time winner, right?
Did the Brewers
Either.
win? I don't think the Brewers have won. I really don't.
I think
I know.
Brewers-
Cleveland won in 47. I know
Okay.
that. Or 48. 47 or 48. So they technically have won one. But I don't believe the Brewers have won one.
I want to say the Brewers have not won one. I'm Googling it. Yep, they have 0 World Series championships.
And like I said, Cleveland won in like 48 or 47. You can look that up.
Yeah,
too.
you're right. Yeah.
Was it 47 or 48?
Because that was the whole thing with the Guardians and Chicago Cubs series.
Yeah, they hadn't won in like either of them in like 7 years almost.
Do you want to guess who they beat?
Was it 48 or
I'll give you the
47?
city. Come on, tell me. In 2 World Series championships, 1920 and 1948.
48. I knew it was 47 or 48.
Yeah, 48. Do you want to guess who they beat in the World Series? I'll give you the city, Brooklyn. Can you guess the
Dodgers?
mascot?
Dodgers?
No.
Brooklyn. There was a lot of teams in New York. Giants? No, that would be New York Giants. That'd be New York Giants. So it'd be
This
Brooklyn
one, I
Giants.
want to know the history of this team.
Is this team
So-
still exist? In
So
some
it's
capacity. In some
basically
capacity.
The Dodgers. But it was before they were called the Dodgers.
Okay. So I was right the first time when I said Brooklyn Dodgers, but I need
Yes.
to think about the team's name.
Yeah, the team's name. I'll give you a little bit longer. This is fun.
That's tough. I don't know. Tell me.
Brooklyn Robins.
Okay. Was that when Cleveland was still the Spiders, or was that a while before that? Were they the
No,
Maybe
I
at that
think this
point.
was before. Maybe 1920 was when they won.
Well, they
were
won
not-
both. They won both.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying as the name.
Yeah, they used to be the Cleveland Spiders a long time ago.
Yeah. That was 1887 to 1899.
Okay, so no, not close. But
Yeah.
still,
That's cool.
who is your World Series MVP?
Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper. Mine's J-Ram. So I have J-Ram winning both ALCS
Ooh.
and World Series MVP.
Okay.
Like usual, per usual, I feel like we either agree a lot and we have basically the same
Yes.
one, or we are not even remotely close. This is another one, especially in the AL side.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think we agree. We don't agree on a single one.
No.
So,
But the winner of that Yankees Red Sox, we have going to the ALCS.
yes.
So should be fun. I'm excited. Definitely excited for the Red Sox, Yankees. We'll have to see what happens.
I don't know if I'm more nervous or excited, but one of those.
Yeah,
two.
this is. I'm just a neutral fan. I just need sports until Dallas Stars. Really,
Not the Cowboys.
no. The bet is made.
Okay.
But yeah. So we'll keep you updated, of course, on all those other sports. NHL, NBA is starting to heat up. Media day, as we are recording this. So it was yesterday for y'all. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.